Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. Alright, if you guys are not aware, there should be a stream later on today from the official Honkai Star Rail channel, and I'll be doing a watch party alongside with that as well on the channel. So that's going to be 7:30 PM UTC plus 8 time zone. So if you guys want to tune in, that will be later on if you guys are watching this video today, that is, at the time of me publishing this. But let's talk about the characters on Honkai Star Rail. So as you guys can see right now, I'm still playing Honkai Star Rail on my CBT account. So this is going to be the old account, right? Now I'm not entirely aware when the CBT actually ends. I heard that it's ending today on 24th, but I still have access to my account still, so I'm gonna try to take this opportunity to talk about all the characters and hopefully give you guys an idea on what you should be looking out on the official release. So keep in mind, everything that you see right here is going to be based upon the CBT, the third closed beta test of the Honkai Star Rail. Now let's jump into it. Now, first things first, as you guys can see, Honkai Star Rail has reached a new record, in my humble opinion, for a gacha game to ever reach more than 7 million pre-registered users. So that is just an insane, enormous amount. So big shout out to Honkai Star Rail for sure. I wish the best for the game moving forward for sure. Now let's talk about characters. What characters do you want to pay attention to, and what characters ideally are going to be better than some? Keep in mind that this game requires you to have multiple elements. Alright, you don't want to just focus on one character. Ideally, the best way to progress is you need as many elements as you can, because the ability to remove shield are going to be quite important. If you have the same element as the enemy, you'll be able to remove their shield, therefore doing more damage. As you can see, March is an ice element. Turn off my face cam so you can see right there. Character like Hook, for example, this is going to be a fire element. So in terms of Hook, I do like her design overall, but you don't really need her per se, because I think most players will have access to S-Star, which you obtain completely for free. I believe everyone should be able to obtain S-Star right after the tutorial, at least based on the CBT, right? Dan Heng is going to be someone that you want to consider building, because he's going to be the free wind element unit. There's not many available. Let me show you guys in terms of the character here. The only other option is going to be Bronya, which is a 5-star, and Blade. So these two are 5-star. Sampo, I'm not sure. I'm not aware how strong is he. So yeah, ideally, I would highly recommend building Dan Heng. He is going to be staple for most players' account if you are considering to have a win character. Now, just a quick big shout out to honkailab.com. That's the website that I'm using. Now, in terms of the best 5 stars to obtain, which one should you pay attention to? Now, keep in mind, I'm not counting the main MC, which is everyone, you know, by default you'll be getting this particular unit, right? Is either of male or female, depending, you can choose, but by default you'll be getting them at physical, and then you can change them to the fire element later on. Same like how Genshin works, I believe you should have the ability to change their element. Now physical is, you know, pretty staple as well. I would say someone that you want to consider building. Now the only other 5-star character that's a physical build is going to be Clara at release. Now regarding that, I do think Clara is pretty strong. Apparently she's going to be the meta for, based on what I've seen compared to a lot of other tier lists. Natasha is decent. She is going to be a free 4-star that you obtain, at least based on the CBT. She's more of a healer, so most of the time you'll be using her to heal up your other characters. You won't be using her as much to try to do damage to the enemies. Now Su Xiang is someone that you can obtain way later on, as far as I know, so she's also an option if you're looking for a physical build. Now next up is the quantum element. Now this is going to be much more complicated. I do believe you get a Qing Chue for free, but I am not a big fan of how her kit works. Qing Chue seems a little bit more tricky to use, definitely. Obviously, if you have no choice, she's going to be the best one for quantum damage, but luckily in my CBT account I do have Scylla, and I do think she has very good damage moving forward. Scylla by far has one of the best single target ability in the game as far as I'm concerned. Now in the final CBT, Scylla banner was available first, and yeah, she was the first banner to pull, and a lot of players did obtain her. And yeah, definitely if she ever appears again in the official version of the game, I will definitely consider pulling her for sure. You don't really need these two for sure, but they are really strong. Both Silverwolf and Scylla are notorious for being one of the better 5-star characters in the game. Now, as for the Ice type, everyone will be getting March 7th for free. Now you can see free. Herta is also someone that you obtain for free depending on if you want to build both. You ideally do not want to have both ice element characters in one team because you can only use 4 characters and ideally you want to split up different elements. That's the strategy moving forward. Gepard I have no experience with. We have Pella, Herta and Yanqing. Now as you can see, Yanqing and Gepard are the 2 5 stars out of this bunch. March 7th by far is going to be more than sufficient enough. I do think she's going to be decently solid, will be able to carry you out throughout all your early to mid game contents. Now next up we have the fire element. So this one is going to be a bit more complicated. I'm a big fan of Hook for sure. I love Hook's abilities to be able to dish out single target damage, especially massive ones to enemies. Esta is much more of a supporter, similar to March 7. She's pretty good, you do get her for free. I do strongly believe most players are going to try to run her in their team. Himeko is the 5-star, and later on you'll have the option to use the Trailblazer fire type for the main MC. Now, let's talk about the imaginary type. This is going to be much more complex. As you can see, there's only 2 characters right here, which is Luocha and Well. Now unfortunately, in my CBT I was fortunate enough to obtain Well, so that helps me out a lot. There's no 4-star that belongs in the imaginary group, so rerolling for Well seems like a very solid choice moving forward, at least based on what I can see so far. I'm not sure if the final version they're going to introduce a character 4-star that's imaginary element, but if you're looking for this element in specific, it's only limited to 2 5-star characters for the time being. Hopefully they'll introduce more later on. Last but not least is the lightning element character. So I'm not familiar with most of these characters right here except for Serval. That's the one that I've been running throughout in my day-to-day combat on the CBT. I do enjoy her combat style. She's an AoE character as opposed to a single target. As you can see, the other options includes Kafka, Jingyuan, Arlen, Bailu and Tingyun. Now both Arlen and Tingyun can be obtained because they are both 4 stars and way easier to obtain for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much the overview of the characters. I do think that most characters in Honkai Star Rail, they are definitely very usable. If you're looking at them from a perspective of which character is good and which character is bad, even if some of these characters are placed in the tier list, they are not too far off compared to other games that you have played before. If you guys followed me on my channel and looking at games like Counter-Strike or Nikkei, definitely there are some characters that are way worse than the top tier characters. But I feel like in this game, the gap is way closer, comparable. Even the worst characters in this game, I'm pretty sure you can make it work if you're building them in the proper team. So yeah, definitely if you're looking for a top tier based on what I've seen, this is the tier list from this exact same website. I'm not familiar with anyone here in the top SS tier except for Scylla. I do think she's a really solid character, very strong character, but I'm not sure if Well is that far off from her. I do think that Well deserves to be in SS tier, but that's just a personal opinion because I do have both of them in my CBT account, at least in the middle game, right? I didn't really push that far into the end game, so mostly just playing at around level 40 for the timing. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of Honkai Star Rail. Are you guys excited for the stream? I'll see you guys later if you guys are tuning in for the Honkai Star Rail official announcement. Hopefully we'll have more news of the game regarding the dates and official release. As always, if you guys haven't already subscribed, give this video a like and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.